Princess of the Greece. The Cyclades, a scattered constellation of islands in the heart of the Aegean, were Princess Lyra's kingdom. Not a kingdom of vast lands, but of sun-drenched marble, olive groves clinging to cliffs, and the endless, captivating blue of the sea. Lyra, with hair the color of midnight and eyes the shifting green-blue of deep water, was the youngest daughter of King Axios of Naxos. Unlike her elder sisters, who dreamed of advantageous marriages to Athenian princes or Spartan generals, Lyra yearned for the sea's embrace. She spent hours diving in the hidden coves near Delos, where ancient ruins lay submerged, whispering secrets she could almost understand. Lyra possessed a unique gift, one she kept hidden even from her family. She could hear the sea speak. It was a symphony of the ocean's heart, the mournful creak of sunken ships, the playful chatter of dolphins, the slow, rhythmic pulse of the abyssal currents, and occasionally, a haunting, fragmented song from the deepest trenches. This gift, passed down through a forgotten matriarchal line of Nautian queens, made her feel more connected to the vast, living sea than to the marble halls of her father's palace. The first sign of the coming catastrophe was subtle. The pearls of Naxos, usually lustrous and vibrant, began to dull. Then, the fishing nets came back empty, day after day. Finally, the life-giving springs across the Cyclades, from Paros to Santorini, began to taste brackish, then slowly, agonizingly, they ceased to flow. The islands, dependent entirely on the sea and their precious fresh water, faced a slow, agonizing death. Panic spread like wildfire, threatening to ignite unrest and starvation. King Axios, a proud but pragmatic man, consulted priests and seers. They offered grim tidings: a shadow rises from the depths, an ancient hunger. The heart of the Cyclades is being stolen. He ordered sacrifices to Poseidon, but the sea god remained silent, his waves crashing with an ominous indifference. Lyra knew it was not a plea for a god, but a song for the sea. The fragmented melodies she heard from the deep grew louder, more sorrowful, punctuated by a deep, resonant hum that vibrated in her very bones. It was the song of the Sunken Isles, a legend whispered only in the oldest sea speak. It told of a primordial entity known as the Abyss Dweller, a creature of insatiable appetite, slowly consuming the magical ley lines that fed the Cycladic islands, drawing their life force into itself, pulling them towards a watery grave. The only way to stop it was to find the heart of the Triton, a legendary coral artifact said to hold the collective spirit of all the Aegean's living waters, and use it to sing a countersong, a song of renewal, directly into the Abyss Dweller's core. Lyra knew her father would never allow his youngest daughter to embark on such a perilous quest. He would send his generals, his strongest ships. But Lyra knew that steel and might were useless against the Abyss Dweller. It required sea speak, courage, and a bond with the very essence of the ocean. Under the cloak of a moonless night, Lyra slipped away from Naxos. She took only her keen senses, a finely crafted diving knife, and a satchel of dried figs. She commandeered a small, swift fishing skiff, a vessel meant for one, and set her course southwest, towards the dreaded, uncharted waters beyond Crete, where the deepest trenches were said to lie, where no map dared to go. Her journey was a solitary ballet between her will and the vastness of the sea. She navigated by the currents she could feel, the stars she could read, and the increasingly urgent calls of the sea speak. Dolphins, recognizing her unique connection, would playfully guide her skiff through treacherous shoals. Giant sea turtles, ancient and wise, would slow their ponderous journeys to offer her glimpses of submerged pathways known only to them. As she sailed further, the very color of the water changed, darkening to an almost black blue, cold and foreboding. The sky above grew perpetually overcast, and the air crackled with a strange, primal energy. The fragmented song of the Sunken Isles was now a deafening chorus, pulling her deeper into the abyss. She was entering the Abyss Dweller's domain. The heart of the Triton, the sea speak told her, lay within the sunken temple of Poseidon on the deepest of these lost islands, guarded by the spirits of ancient mariners, trapped by the Abyss Dweller's encroaching darkness. Lyra strapped weighted stones to her waist, took a deep breath, and plunged into the crushing darkness of the deep. The pressure was immense, threatening to crack her bones. The cold was absolute, numbing her limbs. She swam through cities of coral, past schools of luminescent fish, dodging the grasping, shadowy tendrils of the abyss dweller that stretched even into these depths. She found the temple, a magnificent structure of black marble, strangely preserved, yet covered in the same dulling blight that afflicted Naxos. Inside, spectral figures, the ancient mariners, clad in tattered, phantom sails, drifted aimlessly, their eyes empty, their voices a sorrowful dirge. They were guardians, but also victims, their spirits slowly being drained. In the center of the temple, on an altar carved with ancient symbols of the sea, lay the heart of the Triton. It was not a single coral, but a cluster of magnificent, iridescent blue corals, pulsing with a soft, internal light. As Lyra reached for it, the mariners stirred, their phantom forms coalescing, blocking her path. Lyra knew she couldn't fight them. She didn't draw her knife. Instead, she began to sing. She sang of the beauty of the surface world, of the life the heart of the Triton was meant to protect. Her voice, clear and pure even through the water, resonated with the mariners. They wavered, their empty eyes beginning to flicker with faint recognition. They dissolved into swirls of shimmering light, finally finding peace, their guardianship passed to her. Lyra reached for the heart of the Triton. The moment her fingers closed around it, a surge of vibrant, ancient energy coursed through her, connecting her to every drop of water, every living creature in the Aegean. She swam back towards the abyss, the heart glowing in her grasp, a beacon against the encroaching shadow. Lyra clutched the heart of the Triton to her chest. She closed her eyes, focused her will, and began to sing the song of renewal. It was a titanic struggle, Lyra's small voice against a primal entity of consuming darkness. Exhausted but triumphant, Lyra ascended. As she broke the surface, gasping for air, the clouds above began to part. Sunlight, pure and golden, streamed down, warming her chilled skin. The sea, once dark and foreboding, sparkled with renewed life. As she approached her home island, she saw it. The pearls of Naxos, once dull, now gleamed with unparalleled brilliance. The fishing nets, tossed by hopeful fishermen, came back brimming with silver fish. And from the highest cliffs, the freshwater springs cascaded down, clear and sweet, flowing with joyous abundance. Lyra, bearing the still glowing heart of the Triton, was met not by her father's reprimand, but by the joyous cries of her people. News of her miraculous return and the sudden reversal of the blight had spread like wildfire. King Axios, seeing his daughter, not his generals, return with the source of their salvation, rushed to embrace her. He saw not a wayward princess, but the true queen of the sea. The heart of the Triton was placed in a sacred grotto on Naxos, where its iridescent blue light continued to pulse, a constant guardian of the Cyclades. Princess Lyra, now hailed as Lyra, the song weaver of the sea, ruled alongside her father. She charted new sea routes, fostered unprecedented trade, and brought an era of peace and prosperity to the islands. The Cyclades flourished, their beauty and vibrancy amplified, forever grateful to the Princess of Greece who had dared to listen to the sea and sing its song back to life. Her legend, entwined with the deep blue waters, became a timeless tale of courage, magic, and the enduring power of a princess's unique heart. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe the channel and like the video. Thank you.